Hi everybody, I'm Joey Trombley and I'm calling tonight's game. It's February 8th and we're in Chazy. And I have the singing supervisor, George, the singing supervisor, Spiegel. Staub, what do you think about tonight's game?
Joey, tonight Chazy's going to have to be on their game because this team is a tough team. They're a very, very good passing team. They move the ball very well down the court, and in order for Chazy to beat them, they're going to have to play their A game. No question about it tonight.
Well, I'll tell you, there's no doubt that Schroon Lake is the cream of the crop of the MVAC. They're first place, if I'm not mistaken. They have the premier scorer in the area in Nick LeClaire. Nick LeClaire is averaging 21 points per game. They have the big guy underneath, Jordan Bush, who's the perennial all-star for Schroon Lake. But by the same token, Chazy counters back with Lewis and Spiegel.
You got it, Joy. When this Chazy team is on, they, as you can see, they can beat anybody. I mean, they beat Northeastern Clinton. Very unusual. They played a fantastic game. They slowed their tempo down. They did a wonderful job with them, and that's what they're going to have to do tonight because these guys, if they're not careful, they're going to run them right off the floor. So they're going to have to slow the tempo down. They're going to have to be on their game, like I said before. Their shots are going to have to be on. Good passing, a lot less turnovers, and you never know. These guys are hot and cold. One night they come out and beat the best team in the league, and the next night they lose to somebody that they should win by 20 points. So you just can't tell. It depends on how they come out tonight.
Well, the last time these two teams played, it was down in Schroon Lake, and Schroon Lake beat them by 20-plus points. But at that time, Spiegel was out of the lineup. He was hurt, and that could have been a big difference, too. Plus, Schroon Lake has that small court. You come to Chazy, we're playing on a bigger court. Could be a difference in the game tonight.
I think you're right, Joey. I think it's going to be a lot closer game tonight, and if we keep our fingers crossed, we might be able to see an upset. Who knows? They did it, like they said, against Northeastern, who was, they should have, obviously, probably were supposed to beat Chazy, but didn't, and we'll see how the game goes.
All right, we'll take a break here for the national anthem. Well, everybody, at the beginning of this telecast, I told you we had the singing supervisor, Staub Spiegel. Well, that was Staub on the vocals for the national anthem. Staub, you did a nice job. You recorded that a while back, didn't you?
Yeah, it's been a few years now. Somebody had mentioned to me they'd like to have a version of the national anthem, so I said, hey, let me do a version. I'll do it in my studio. So went in, had fun one night, and that was what came out.
Well, you did a very nice job, and it's nice to hear it before every game. We're getting ready for the tip-off here. It's a big game. We have the the cream of the crop in the MVAC, the top team in the league in Schroon Lake. They're here in Chazy to take on the Eagles of Chazy. And the jump ball goes to Chazy. Spiegel. Just like that, they control the tap, and they're up 2-0. Spiegel gets the layup. Schroon Lake bringing the ball up. Chazy's in the 2-3 zone. The crowd's getting into it. They know it's a big game. Like we said earlier, Staub, what Chazy team tonight will show up, we won't know.
That's true, Joey. It all depends. On some nights they come out so hot and with little turnovers, and we just hope tonight that they come out, shoot well, very few turnovers, slow the tempo down a little bit. This is a running team. They're just like Northeastern, a very good passing team. So Chazy's going to have to control the tempo.
Well, while we were talking, Kyle Bush made a three-pointer, and Schroon Lake runs the floor well. Corey Lewis missed a three-pointer. Schroon Lake grabbed the rebound, got it down to Nick LeClaire, number 11 for Schroon Lake. It was Nick LeClaire. He is the top scorer in the region. That's the MVAC and the CVAC stop.
Yeah, just you could see right there, Joey, just in the few seconds, in the opening few seconds, Schroon Lake takes the ball right down the court. Big outlet pass, easy basket. That's what Chazy's got to watch tonight. They got to control this game and slow the tempo down and make sure they don't run them off the floor.
Well, you know, you kind of compared them to Northeastern Clinton. You saw that early as the game started. And Nick LeClaire reminds me of Justin Moore from Chazy. He's that point guard with that beautiful three-point shot that he has.
Excellent shooter. As you see, what was the average? About 25, 26 points for this team?
I think I saw in the paper LeClaire was like about 21.9 or something like that.
Excellent shooter. Nice to see those kind of figures in this type of league.
That's for sure. Kenny Boyer, who played a great game against Northeastern, got the boards, was fouled on this shot. He makes both ends of the free throws, and he's cut the Schroon Lake to 1. It's 5-4. Chazy's in their 2-3 zone. Schroon Lake moving the ball well. They have great players in Nick LeClaire, Jordan Bush. There's Kyle Bush, 31. His brothers, that was Egan's number 30. Driving baseline. He loses the ball out of bounds. That was Kyle Bush trying to drive baseline, loses it out of bounds. Schroon Lake sets up for a full court press. Kenny Boyer taking the ball out. Spiegel has the ball for Chazy. He's trying to break the press. He does. Like we said earlier, Spiegel was not in Schroon Lake for that game, and he can make the difference in this game. He's a great three-point shooter. He missed that shot, but he has the ability to carry the game as well as Lewis.
Yeah, Jacob Spiegel, I mean, is a big factor on this game. When he's out of the lineup, there's definitely a difference. I mean, he's got some height. He's one of the best three-point shooters in the league, as you could see in the paper today. They definitely need him in there. He's got some good speed. He brings the ball up. Good playmaker. But you need a whole team to win a basketball game. You can't do it alone. They got to play a good team game tonight to make it happen.
Well, early on here in the first quarter, we're 2 minutes into it. It's a 5-4 Schroon Lake game. High intensity from both teams. Chazy's playing well. Schroon Lake's playing well. We have a good crowd here for tonight's game. And from the corner, tough angle. And you had Jordan Bush, who's an all-star for Schroon Lake, just bury that three-pointer. And that was an incredible angle that shot took place. Andy Goodwin has the ball. He's guarded tightly by Kyle Bush. You got the Bush brothers, and you have the LeClaire brothers out there. And we have a foul on Nick LeClaire. Yeah,
you can see that this team, Schroon Lake, they're getting into foul trouble a little bit early here. They're going to have to be careful, and that could be a big factor for Chazy if this continues.
Well, that's for sure. Chazy has a lot of good athletes out there, obviously, with Lewis, Spiegel. You have Kenny Boyer, who's very tough underneath. Andy Goodwin, he's a playmaker in his own right. He's kind of accepted the role as... what am I trying to think of here? He's more of a setup man for the rest of the team. Exactly.
He's done a good job all year. In his place, if he can't get things going, they're going to put Corey Ellis in here, who's an excellent three-point shooter. Both young guys coming up in the league, and they're going to be here for a couple more years.
Chazy gets the turnover. Spiegel, no-look pass to Kenny Boyer, and just like that, what a play that was. That play, Staub, would make Sports Center.
I'm telling you, that was a great pass by Jacob Spiegel. No look pass. Kenny Boer was looking at him, waiting for the ball. Beautiful, easy layup.
Well, the coach for Schroon Lake didn't like what he saw. He calls a timeout with 4:40 to go. It's 8-6 Schroon Lake. Much different game down in Schroon Lake. You got that small court. And I'll tell you, when you aren't used to playing on a small court, Schroon Lake, that is a definite advantage when you play there all the time.
Absolutely. When you're used to your own court, it makes a big difference. And Chazy's just not used to small courts. Obviously, they play Willsboro. They have a big court. E-Town's got a nice new gym. This is a big gym. It makes a big difference. They can spread out their offense, pass a little bit more easy. But hey, tonight, in the last couple of days, Joey, Chazy has lost a ball game by 2 and won a ball game by 2. So they've been used to keeping these games very close. It'd be nice to see them break it out, but against a team like this, if they can keep close to them and maybe win it in the end by a point or 2, they're going to be happy boys.
Oh, they definitely will. I mean, it's like we talked about before. They play Elizabethtown after beating Northeastern on their home court, and they lose by over 20 points. Now again, Jacob Spiegel was not in the game. They go down to E-Town with Jacob Spiegel in the lineup, and they beat E-Town by 2.
That's right, Joey. This team has just been a little bit inconsistent this year. When they're on their game, they can beat anybody in the league. If they're off, you just don't know who's going to show up and what's going to happen.
Well, I think that was Kenny Boer that had the bucket down there. He tied the game. Corey Lewis. Oh, he tried to make a nice pass, just got away, and the loose ball goes to Schroon Lake. We have 3 minutes and 55 seconds to go here in the first quarter. We're tied up at 8. The crowd's into it. Chazy's playing a very strong 2-3 zone. They get the steal. Kenny Boer has the ball. He gets it off to Jacob Spiegel. Jacob slows it up. Chazy setting up in the offensive end of the court. Schroon Lake's into their man-to-man defense. That seems to be their the defensive choice for Schroon Lake. The JVs played it earlier, and the varsity's playing the man-to-man defense right now. Spiegel takes the shot, looks to get in the lead. He bangs it off the backboard, and it's 10-8 Chazy. Stop.
This is a very exciting ball game so far, Joe. We are only have 3 minutes left in the first quarter, and I got to say that the Schroon Lake coach is a little bit nervous right about now. I don't think that he was expecting this tough of a Chazy team right off the bat.
Well, good ball movement from Schroon Lake. They pass it inside to Kyle Bush. Kyle Bush has a good set of hands. He makes the layup, and it's 10-10. I'm thinking we're seeing the Chazy team that showed up against Northeastern.
I believe we are, Joey. They're looking very good at this point, handling the ball very well, very few turnovers, shooting very well. Hey, if they can keep this up, we might have another little miracle on our hands.
Well, Kenny Boer made a nice move, missed the shot. But Chazy is moving the ball around, kind of slowing things up like they did against Northeastern. And Nick LeClaire, he's the leading scorer in the region, makes that shot and gives them a 2-point lead. Lewis going down. Oh! Calls offensive foul on Lewis. Could have went either way. Went against Chazy. Corey Lewis walking back, wisely keeping his mouth shut. Coach Stevens doesn't like the call, but it does go to Schroon Lake, and it's Bush at the left side. Nick LeClaire has it on the point. He goes over to Egan. Egan. Three-pointer. And that's Kyle Bush with the three-pointer. And just like that, Schroon Lake can score. They're back to 5-point lead.
Yeah, Andy Goodwin has got to get in number 31's face. He's a lot taller gentleman. He can't let him shoot whenever he wants to shoot. Andy's going to have to play better defense. This is a very talented Schroon Lake team, and just can't let them have any shots from the outside because they're going to bury you.
Schroon Lake player hurt. He got up slow. That would have been Dennis LeClaire, brother to Nick LeClaire. He got hurt on the play, but Chazy regains control. Things have kind of slowed up. Chazy's into their offense. Schroon Lake into the defense. Spiegel tries to go off the backboard. He misses it. Taps it back out to Goodwin. Out to Lewis. Lewis fakes the shot. LeClaire went to block it. Lewis wisely backs it up. Lewis is at top of the key. Chazy has spread the offense around. Spiegel on the right-hand side. He has the ball now, looking inside. He's guarded by Egan. He gets it over to Lewis. Lewis guarded by LeClaire. Lewis is calling the play. There's 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Chazy trying to penetrate. Lewis will take it from the outside. Rebound, big rebound by Kenny Boer. He goes out to Spiegel. Off his foot. and it's Schroon Lake ball. We have less than a minute, Staub, and Schroon Lake has a 5-point lead.
Not too bad at this point. To be down only 5 points, I got to say Chazy doing a good job. Very talented, again, Schroon Lake team here, and we got to keep it close. We got to, and I agree with this timeout by Matt Devins. He's got to slow things down, keep them calm, keep them in the game.
I too think it was a good timeout by Coach Devins, and we'll be back after the break. From the timeout, Coach Devins wanted to slow his troops down. Schroon Lake bringing the ball up. There's less than a minute to go in the first quarter. They got a 5-point lead. Nick LeClaire, the highest scorer in the region, has the ball. He's got it at the 3-point line. They give him the free look. I don't think you can give him that. That guy is deadly. You got to give pressure on him. And it's an 8-point Schroon Lake lead. Lewis trying to do it all. That's the second offensive foul on Corey Lewis. But you know, Staub, we've seen that. Corey tries to do too much by himself. He thinks he needs to carry the team, and he really doesn't.
No, he's got to play team ball. Every game they've won against tough teams this year, Corey Lewis has played team ball. When he tries to take the game over all by himself, he buries us. And he's just got to be careful tonight. He's got to watch when he goes into the paint that he doesn't push. These guys are planting themselves, and he's going to get fouls all night long.
Well, Corey Ellis is in the game. That last shot was blocked by Kenny Boyer. Chazy's got the ball. Corey Ellis in the region is like in the top 10 or 11 for 3-point shooters for Chazy.
Yes, Corey Ellis is probably, I think he's got about 10 or 12 3-point shots, but he hasn't played as much. I mean, this guy's a sub, so to have that many 3-pointers is very good.
Well, there was hustle on the ground. It's called jump ball. And the possessional arrow is in Schroon Lake's favor. 2.7 seconds to go in the first quarter. They're rolling the ball. Off to LeClaire. He's going to get the shot off. He does. It doesn't drop. And the first period ends. And a very intense first quarter, I should say. End-to-end action, and Schroon Lake has an 8-point lead.
Yes, I think it's actually, it looks a little closer than what the score indicates, but Chazy can come back. They got to get on this Nick LeClaire, though, because, boy, he seems to be having a hot hand tonight, shooting him in for 3-point land, and quite a shooter for this team. He's a much admired player. They're going to have to get in his face and not let him shoot.
Well, like the paper said, he is the leading scorer in the region, not just the MVAC, but that's the whole region. And we can see tonight why he is the leading scorer. And when he does throw it up there, it's usually nothing but net.
Very talented player, Joey. This whole team moves the ball so well. They got some height, they got some defense, they got the whole package, and it's going to be a very tough team to beat.
Well, they're in first place in the MVAC. Like we said earlier, they're the cream of the crop of the MVAC, and we're seeing why. They got the Tall brothers and the Bush brothers, and you have the LeClaire boys out there. You have Nick LeClaire and Dennis LeClaire, and you have Jordan Bush and Kyle Bush. And I guess the odd guy out there for them would be Egan. He's number 30, who's not related to either LeClaire or the Bushes. But it's Chazy ball to start the second quarter, and it's Ellis gets the ball into Spiegel. Lewis is down, or out of the game with 2 fouls, 2 offensive fouls, if you will. And Goodwin has it on the right-hand side. He's looking inside. He's guarded by Bush. It's kind of a lax man-to-man defense from Schroon Lake, almost zone defense, if you will. Spiegel has the ball. He's guarded by LeClaire. LeClaire was guarding Lewis, but he's now on Spiegel. Pressure. He gets Goodwin. Goodwin has a good shot. He misses that one, and Bush grabs the rebound. Ellis almost steals it. LeClaire ends up with it, and it always seems good players do that. He misses that one. A rare miss by Nick LeClaire. Grab the rebound by Martin over to Jacob Spiegel. Jacob Spiegel running the floor. He's at the top of the key. He's got Ellis on the left-hand side. Ellis fakes, looking around. Goodwin goes to the top of the key. He has the ball. Goodwin looking around. Movement from Chazy, gets Spiegel. You have Martin underneath. Spiegel taking the 3. They needed that one. He doesn't get it. Ellis takes the shot. Ellis off the backboard. He nails the 3-pointer. He cuts the Chazy lead, or the Schroon Lake lead, down to 5.
We need Corey Ellis and Jacob to get on that 3-point land scoring tonight. Ellis comes in from out of nowhere, the 6th man, and he buries the 3. And boy, that's so important to Chazy. He's got to do that all night long. Jacob Spiegel's going to have to get on number 11, Nick, because he another 3-pointer for him. Highest scorer in the league, and he's got to be in his face.
Well, Ellis throws the ball away. You know, I'll go back in a little bit of time here. You have last year, Vermont Catamounts had TJ Sorrentine, the deadly shooter. Duke has J.J. Reddick, and Schroon Lake has Nick LeClaire. He's that good of a shooter.
Yes, he is, Joey. He's an amazing player, and he's showing his stuff tonight, I'll tell you. There he goes again. Let's see. No, that one got tipped a little bit. Spiegel got a little piece of that ball, but he is a dangerous fella.
Well, Ellis has the ball in. Lewis is back in. And they go inside to Kenny Boyer. Kenny Boyer can have a monster game underneath if he gets underneath there. Oh, he tried to hit Martin. It got away. Lewis guarding LeClaire. Rebound by Dennis LeClaire. And he is fouled by, I think he said 2-5, and that would have been Kenny Boyer. Kenny Boyer called for the foul. Schroon Lake's got an 8-point lead. Dennis LeClaire, brother of Nick LeClaire, going to the line for 2 with 5 minutes and 51 seconds in the second quarter. Looking to extend the Schroon Lake lead. He misses the first shot. Andy Morelli says this ball is live. If they miss, you can get the rebound. He misses that one. He gets his own rebound. Chazy did not get the shooter on that foul shot and went right back to him. Corey Lewis has the ball. He's driving the lane out to Spiegel. Spiegel fakes. He goes inside. Decided not to shoot. Tried to hit Martin underneath, but Martin lost the ball and it's back into Nick LeClaire's hands. Schroon Lake is moving the ball around very well, Staub.
Yes, they are, Joey. And I'll tell you, one of the things that Matt Devins, the coach for Chazy, has got to do, he's got to sit Sean Martin down and tell him, Sean, whenever you are around that basket, you have to be ready for any pass at any time. I've noticed in the last few games he just struggled a little bit when people have been passing it to him on fake drives, and they look back to give it to him. He's just not quite ready. He's got to be ready at any second.
Well, last time down the court, Jordan Bush missed the ball, and it was Kyle Bush who got the rebound and put the tip in back in to extend Schroon Lake lead to 10. Here comes Nick LeClaire. Boy, look at that playing. That is just beautiful ball movement from Schroon Lake. Coach Devins wants to call a timeout, and I'll tell you, they are the Northeastern of the MVAC.
They definitely are, Joey. They're a very, very talented team. I mean, you could see Nick LeClaire come down that time. No look pass underneath. They got the height. They got the passing. They just moved that ball so beautifully. Make it look so easy.
It was like seeing Justin Moore over to Fabaco underneath for Northeastern. The way they moved that floor, the way they moved it down the floor. But there's 4 minutes and 44 seconds left. We're in a timeout from Matt Devins, and Schroon Lake has a 12-point lead. And the Chazy cheerleaders get a good hand. Get a good hand from the fans as we're waiting to come out of this timeout. 12-point Schroon Lake lead. What would Coach Devins be telling his team at this point, Staub?
Well, he's got to tell the boys to keep calm, make sure of your passes. I noticed that they're making a few sloppy passes. They are driving to the paint very well, but they just don't have the help underneath that they need. And they got to hit the boards because these guys are tall. They got to box out and make sure that they hit the boards.
Yeah, they're definitely a size disadvantage for Chazy here. If they're going to beat him anyway, they got to do it with speed. There's no doubt about it. Lewis is bringing the ball up for Chazy. He crosses the center court. He gets it left side to Jacob Spiegel. There's movement from Chazy. Ellis is still in the game. He had a big three earlier in the game. Ellis has the ball now. Looking for Lewis. Lewis has the ball. He's guarded by LeClaire. It seems like Nick LeClaire is guarding the best player Chazy has out there at the time. When Lewis was down, he picked up Spiegel. And Spiegel drains that three. And he cuts the Schroon Lake lead down to 9. Nick LeClaire coming down, guarded by Corey Lewis. Corey Lewis has quick hands. He steals the ball. He's going up. And he gets the block and foul this time. That could have went as an offensive foul too. He's had 2 go against him. That one went his way, Stub.
I'll tell you, Corey Lewis drives all night long. He'll do it all night long against you, and he's a tough little gentleman. He's a muscular guy. He pushes his way through, and sometimes he gets an offensive foul, and sometimes he doesn't. This one he got lucky, and he didn't get it. But obviously he's got to convert into free throws now.
Well, there's no doubt he's a very athletic player. He just have to realize he doesn't need to carry this team. He's got some good ball players out there, and he just needs to move that ball around, and they'll get some buckets. but he makes the second of his 3 throws, and now it's an 8-point lead. We're about halfway through the second quarter, and like I've been saying his name all night, Nick LeClaire has the ball now, drives to the lane, stolen from Chazy. Kenny Blair was knocked away, but Corey Lewis has the ball. He looks up, he'll dribble it up. Nick LeClaire will get him at half the court line. Spiegel on the left. Spiegel gets the ball. Lewis cuts through under the basket. It's in Sean Martin's hands. Sean looking underneath. He gets it to Kenny Blair. Kenny Blair looking. Oh, they lost the ball out of bounds. It goes to Schroon Lake. He tried to get to Corey Ellis, but the ball went off his hands, and it's Schroon Lake ball, and here comes Nick LeClaire. Chazy is playing man-to-man. They went away from their 2-3 zone. Foul called on Spiegel for a push, and it will be Schroon Lake underneath. Coach Devins calling defensive play, and the ball goes out to LeClaire. You got to get on him. You can't give him that open look. He'll bury it every time. Goes inside. Good ball movement from Schroon Lake. Rebound Ellis. Ellis out to Lewis. Lewis running the court. Chazy running back on offense. Schroon Lake running back on defense. Ellis saw a little opening, decides to take it back. Hits Spiegel at the top of the key. Spiegel's calling the play. Ellis underneath. Gets to Lewis on the left-hand side. Kenny Blair coming out to set the pick. Spiegel, open Kenny Blair. Misses it. Rebound goes to Ellis. Ellis takes it back out. We have a new shot clock. Ellis gets Lewis. Lewis at the top of the key. Spiegel on the right-hand side. Lewis looking to drive, but good defense from Nick LeClaire. Lewis over to Spiegel on the right-hand side. Spiegel guarded by Egan. Spiegel looking around. He sees Kenny Blair. He gets it to Kenny Blair at on the lane. He passes it back out to Spiegel. Spiegel fakes. Gets Kenny Blair. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Kenny Blair's got to go up. He does. And good defense. Good defense by Schroon Lake. The ball didn't hit the rim stop, so the ball went back to Schroon Lake.
Yes, it was a good possession by Chazy. I thought that they should have shot it a little bit earlier. Kenny Blair had a couple of open chances. He should have just put the ball up, but hey, they're trying to do what they can do at this point to get this ball game back in a little bit closer. Not too much of a lead right now, but actually they're doing very, very well for almost half being done and only down by 8 points. This is a good showing for Chazy.
Well, they were down by 8 at the end of one quarter. They're only down by 8, playing 6 minutes here in the second quarter. A timeout has been called. It's Schroon Lake 25-17. There's 2 minutes and 6 seconds to go at the half, and we'll be back in just a minute. Oh my God. This game going fast too? The timeout, and it's Lewis bringing the ball up. Ellis is on the court along with Martin, Kenny Blair, and Jacob Spiegel. Schroon Lake's in a man-to-man defense. Chazy spreading the ball around, passing around. It's Lewis on the left-hand side. Lewis looking to drive as he always does. And the foul is called on Jordan Bush. He doesn't think so, but the foul was called. It's Chazy underneath with Spiegel taking the ball out. Chazy's moving the ball around. There's movement. Martin has the ball for Chazy. He gets it off to Spiegel. Lewis at top of the key. Spiegel will take the three-pointer. And Spiegel, he has to get hot stop, and he did there.
Yes, he did. He's got about 2 or 3 three-pointers tonight. Again, he is one of the hot three-point shooters in the league. I think he's only about 10 three-pointers behind the lead in the league. So doing his game tonight, you got to admit.
Well, I'll tell you, Kyle Bush, he's had the hot hand too. He's nailed a few three-pointers tonight. And for a tall kid, he's got a beautiful-looking shot stop.
Yes, he does. I noticed him in the warm-ups, Joey. Beautiful touch, nice soft touch, gets way up in the air, lets it go right out the tips of his hands. I was noticing him when he was doing his warm-up. He's got for a big boy, he does have a nice touch.
Yeah, you don't see that too often at this level. Not good. Corey Lewis picks up his 3rd foul with only a minute to go in the second quarter, and that's huge. That's really huge for Chazy to have Lewis pick up 3 fouls with only a minute to go in the half stop.
Yes, I'll tell you, this is a lot of fun tonight, though, watching this Nick LeClaire. He's got so much drive, this gentleman right here at the foul line. He's been shooting a lot of three-pointers tonight, two-pointers. He just has that look. He came with his game face on tonight, and he's doing a hell of a job.
Well, we have Miguel Engelhart in the game, and we have, who else just came in the game here? Andy Goodwin. Andy Goodwin came in. Schroon Lake controlling the boards. You know, Chazy cut the lead to 5, and just like that, they're down by 11.
Yeah, you see that the gentleman took a foul shot, Nick LeClaire. They got 2 rebounds. I mean, this is what I'm talking about with the boards for Chazy. They have to box out. They have to get the boards. Yes, Schroon Lake has some taller players, but they got to do what they can to get the offensive boards, or the defensive boards in that case.
Well, Spiegel went up for the 3-point shot. He was fouled by Jordan Bush, and Spiegel will go to the line for 3 shots. Oh, they're talking this over. GM Bruno says, no, it's not a 3-point shot, I don't think. Yes, it is. There's some confusion. And he's going to the line for 3. He makes the first one. And he cuts the Chazy deficit down to 9. Schroon Lake up by 9 with 44.7. He hits the second one. Stop. If he makes this one, it's just like making a 3-pointer.
You got it, Joey. That's good showing by Jacob Spiegel. We really need the points at this point in the ball game. Chazy down by 8 points at this point, and now by 7. Big difference. We need to. If Chazy's going to win this game, they're going to have to come on strong and keep it close.
Well, Spiegel made all 3 foul shots. Wassel has checked in for Schroon Lake. Chazy down by 7. And the Schroon Lake moving the ball well, but they moved the ball well all this first half. Bush has had the hot hand on that corner, in and out there. Oh, ball goes right back to Egan. He misses it. And the foul called on Ellis. Ellis doesn't think so, but referee Morelli says yes. And going to the line is Egan. Number 30 is Egan. He's looking to increase the Schroon Lake lead from 30 to 23 to 32 to 23, Stop.
They're doing a fantastic job. Schroon Lake has got such a talented team. Again, they got some height, and Chazy's having a hard time tonight just controlling the boards. I mean, and that's where we're losing the game at this point, is the offensive and defensive rebounds.
Well, Egan makes the second shot. It's an 8-point lead. We have 20 seconds in the half. Should be a one-shot situation for Chazy. Either cut into this lead or no worse than 8. Spiegel's at the top of the key. He sees Ellis on the left-hand side. Schroon Lake is into a man-to-man defense. There's 8 seconds left. I think Ellis wants to take this shot. He gets it to Spiegel. He's guarded by LeClaire. He's got to get a shot off. He gets up top of the key. Well, at halftime stop, it's Schroon Lake 31, Chazy 23. They were down by 8 at the first quarter. They didn't lose any ground the second quarter.
Joey, this game is a long ways from over. If I was the Chazy coach, I'd get them into the locker room, talk to them for about 2 minutes, and keep them hot, keep them out here shooting, make sure that their muscles are still loose, get the sweat going underneath the armpits, and let them play, because they can get cold awful fast.
Well, the first half ends with Schroon Lake. Schroon Lake is the cream of the crop for the MVAC. They're the top team. They have the top scorer in the region in Nick LeClaire. They have all-star in Jordan Bush. And so they've come in here with the first place on the line, and they're hanging on to it with an 8-point lead. And we'll be back to start the second half. That was fast. You don't know how much I enjoy doing this. Oh my God. We're ready to start the second half here. We got the scoring update for you. The big scores for Schroon Lake was Kyle Bush with 13, Nick LeClaire with 10, Jordan Bush with 7, and actually Egan had 1. For Chazy, it was Jacob Spiegel 13, Kenny Boyer 4, Corey Lewis 1, Sean Martin 2. Staub, the big story is Corey Lewis only has 1 point and 3 fouls in the first half.
That's right, Joey. I mean, Corey Lewis is a big part of this team, and usually he is the leading scorer for this team. Tonight, he's not being very productive, only 1 point, and that's hurting Chazy so far. If he was on his game, this game would be either tied up or Chazy might even have the lead.
Well, Nick LeClaire is driving to the basket. and it was Jacob Spiegel with his hand pushed him from behind. It's not a shooting foul. It's underneath. Schroon Lake ball underneath. They have an 8-point lead. We're early here in the third quarter, and the ball goes out to, that was Dennis LeClaire. Nick LeClaire, his brother, has the ball. He gets it off to Bush. Bush to his brother Bush. Nick LeClaire for that three-pointer, and he is deadly. I'll tell you, Staub, it's 11-point Schroon Lake lead, but you gotta really appreciate the athletic ability to drop those three-pointers in.
Yes, I'll tell you, this Nick LeClaire is a lot of fun to watch. He's just so smooth and confident out there. He makes it look so easy. He's got a beautiful, beautiful touch. Great player. I don't know, is he a junior or a senior this year, Joey?
You know, I'm not sure. You know, all I can say is that he's the leading scorer in the region. Oh, nice give and go. Kenny Blair to Corey Ellis. Ellis lays it in. He cuts the lead down to 9. And Nick LeClaire bringing the ball up at the top of the key. He's looking to drive. Passes it over to Bush. And, oh, called for an offensive foul. Boy, I'll tell you, that could have been a foul on Jacob Spiegel. Actually, Jacob's got a little smile on his face. I think he knows he got away with that one, Stop.
Yeah, he was very, very lucky on that play. I think he knew. I thought he definitely had his third foul, and that was going to be not good for Chazy, but he got away with that one, luckily.
Well, Lewis has the ball. Chazy's looking to cut into the lead. They're down by 9. Hopefully, he cut it down to 6 or 7 here on this possession. Kenny Blair is looking underneath. He gets Sean Martin. Sean Martin back to Lewis. Lewis will let the three-pointer go. And Lewis nails the three-pointer. And Chazy has cut the lead to actually 6 stop.
See what I mean? I mean, when Corey Lewis gets into the ball game, that's a big three-pointer for Chazy. Makes a big difference. He's got to keep doing that. He's got to come alive because he is our big scorer.
Well, Nick LeClaire drove the lane, and the foul is called on 4-0, which is Sean Martin underneath. That is a shooting foul. Coach Devins didn't think so, but LeClaire is going to the line for 2. 6-point Schroon Lake lead. Make that 7. He gets the roll. We're a minute and a half in the third quarter. Schroon Lake has a 7-point lead. Chazy's cut into the lead by 1 point, but it could be back to the same score that it was at the end of 3. He misses. Rebound by, it was tied up. Jump ball called. Possession arrow says Chazy. Lewis will pass it out to Ellis. We have 2 Corys, Corey Lewis and Corey Ellis as the guards for Chazy. Lewis brings it across the line. Movement from Chazy. You got Blair on the left-hand side. Schroon Lake playing a kind of a zone defense. Over to Ellis. Ellis misses the shot, goes to Lewis, gets the rebound. Inside to Kenny Blair. Nice move by Kenny Blair. He fakes the Bush. He faked out Jordan Bush, gets the shot. Chazy's down by 5. LeClaire coming up. Nice move, guarded by Spiegel. That's Kyle Bush. He's got a good hand, nothing but air. His brother tries to get it to him, and he throws the ball away. Jordan Bush throws it over Kyle Bush's hands, goes out of bounds. It is Chazy ball with Jacob Spiegel taking the ball out. And 5 minutes and 39 seconds to go. It's a 5-point Schroon Lake lead. Chazy can cut into it. 2 or 3 points on this possession. Corey Lewis calling the play. It's Kenny Blair on the left-hand side being guarded by Bush. Kenny Blair has the ball. He's driving through. Underneath to Spiegel. Spiegel going in. And Spiegel makes a nice move. Cuts the lead to 3. You're going to see a timeout? Yes, you do. Schroon Lake coach doesn't like what he sees. Staub, you said this game's a long way from over. What do you think so far?
Joey, the Chazy team came out, and they want this victory very bad. I'll tell you, they cut this lead down to 3 points with 5 minutes, 21 seconds left in the third period. They're looking good. They're looking hungry. They got to keep up the momentum. I got to believe that this Schroon Lake coach is very rattled right now.
Well, we said at the half that Corey Lewis was not the same Corey Lewis in the first half with 1 point and 3 fouls. He's come out, he's banged some points out, and he has no fouls, at least in the first 2.5 minutes of the third quarter, Staub.
Yes, I think Matt Devins just told him to keep up the activity out there, get hungry, keep your fouls down. This team, it could be quite a win here if Chazy can just get a little bit hungry, get a few breaks, but they're going to be a tough team to beat, this Schroon Lake team.
Well, you got Nick LeClaire. He's got the ball. He goes inside the Bush. Good defense from Chazy. Kenny Blair grabs the rebound. The ball slapped away. No foul called. And oh, what a beautiful one-handed shot by Jordan Bush. Chazy thought they got fouled, but no. Ellis shoots up the... Oh. Corey Ellis missed the shot. Coach Devins telling him to slow it down. Schroon Lake by 5. Nick LeClaire, he is the playmaker for Schroon Lake, coming down the right-hand side, goes back to the center of the key. He's looking around, moving the ball well. Looking to drive. Shot miss. Loose ball. Boy, I'll tell you, the good players always seem to come up with the ball stop.
Again, Chazy is just not getting the offensive or the defensive rebound at this point. They've got to have guys on the board, and they've got to keep their hands on the ball. They're just not sticking. Getting a hold of it just a little bit and letting it go and losing the ball continuously. Can't do that. They've got to get on the boards.
Well, Chazy cut it to 3, but it was a good timeout by the Schroon Lake coach, because Schroon Lake's come out of that timeout and scored the next 4 points to grab a 7-point lead. But Spiegel takes the 3-pointer, rebound by Bush, and that would have been Kyle Bush who had the rebound. Here comes LeClaire, making the move. Chazy, Kenny Boyer has the ball, outlet to Corey Ellis. Oh, Corey Ellis missing the layup, and out of frustration picks up the foul. He missed the breakaway. Beautiful rebound by Kenny Boyer to hit Corey Ellis, but he missed the shot stop.
Yeah, and in situations like this, when you're down by 7 points, you can't miss the layups. I mean, they're easy gifts. You got to make sure you make them. Bad turnover here by Nick LeClaire. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but...
Well, I guess he hammered the ball with his hand, and they said that was a violation, kind of a useless turnover. He's trying to get the ruling on it. He now knows, and that usually don't see that kind of turnover from a player of his caliber.
No, I think if you look in the book under section 7501, 1311, 2510, though, you're going to find that in there, Joey.
Yeah, it's somewhere there, Stop, where I don't know. I didn't know it was a rule, but obviously referee Gian Bruno thinks he knows the rule book. He called it, and well, we're having a little bit of fun there. I'm not sure what just took place, but it is Schroon Lake ball. Some subbing taking place. Miguel Engelhart is in for Sean Martin, and he's going to pick up Kyle Bush. Chazy's got to stop him on this on defensive end here. Rebound, Corey Lewis grabs the rebound. Chazy's got to cut into this lead. They're down by 7. Ellis has the ball, back to Lewis. Chazy is slowing it down. There's 26 seconds to go on the shot clock. Movement from Chazy. Kenny Boyer is open on the left-hand side. Schroon Lake is into like a 2, it's almost like a box in 1. They're kind of guarding Spiegel, but timeout called by Coach Devins. There's 3 minutes and 11 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Schroon Lake with a 7-point lead, and we'll be back in just a moment. Back from the timeout, and it's white ball out underneath. Schroon Lake setting up on defense. Jacob Spiegel taking it out underneath, trying to cut into the Schroon Lake lead, which is 7 at this time. They lead 39-32. Jacob Spiegel has the ball. Movement from Chazy. Spiegel's got to get the ball, and he does. He gets it to Lewis. Lewis driving. The ball doesn't roll in for him. Rebound, Schroon Lake. LeClaire looking to run the floor, trying to find the open person, guarded by Spiegel. Underneath to Bush, and that would have been Jordan Bush. Nice backdoor play.
Nick LeClaire is such a quarterback for this team. He runs the ball down. He finds the open man. He can shoot. He can do it all. This kid is really, really talented.
Well, when you're the top scorer in the region, there's a reason for that. The kid knows the game. He plays it very well. And we got Lewis at the top of the key. Lewis will take the 3-pointer. Hits the front of the rim. It comes out to Egan. Corey Lewis has got to be careful. He'll pick up his 4th foul. Here comes Schroon Lake running. The ball goes to LeClaire. LeClaire looking around. He's at the top of the key. He's a deadly 3-point shooter. Don't discount Jordan Bush. I'll tell you what, Jordan or Kyle Bush, it doesn't matter. These are 2 tall players for Schroon Lake that have deadly outside shot stop.
Very nice touches on him, Joey. This team is so talented. Everywhere you look, they run the ball, they pass the ball very, very well, and they got a beautiful, beautiful shooting touch.
Well, Chazy had cut the lead to 3, and then just like that, Schroon Lake has scored 9 unanswered points to take a 44-32 lead. There's 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Spiegel has the ball. Chazy has been in a scoring drought after that flurry of baskets to cut the lead down to 3. And Lewis has the ball. He drives, rebound Bush. Bush, oh, what a pass, falling backwards. Good defense by Miguel Engelhart, but it goes, knocked out of bounds. The ball goes back to Schroon Lake. Schroon Lake has the biggest lead of the game right now, Stop.
Yeah, Chazy's going to have to come on strong here in the next few minutes, or Schroon Lake's just going to widen this game wide open, and things are looking like they're really going Schroon Lake's way right now.
What a pass from Bush to Egan. It's a 14-point Schroon Lake lead. I mean, out of nowhere, Schroon Lake just ran off. Corey Lewis just stopped the scoring drought for Chazy. Made a nice drive. It's 46-34, Schroon Lake, 12-point lead with a minute 15. They have the ball underneath. It goes out to LeClaire. You can't give him the open look.
And Joey, I'll tell you, there could be another upset in the making here tonight, because Matt Devins' girlfriend is here tonight, and every game that she has been here, they have won. Any game she has not been here, well, they might have won a few, but they've lost whenever she wasn't here, and she came specially tonight because they knew they were playing a tough team and they wanted them to win, but it may be the streak that may end tonight.
Well, if Chazy doesn't do something quick, that streak will end. But how do you stop this? I mean, these guys are nailing three-pointers, and they're nothing but net.
Yeah, they're just such a spectacular team. Definitely beautiful, beautiful touch for their shooting. Even the big guys, it's number 32 for them, who is Jordan Bush. Extremely nice touch on this gentleman on the basketball shots.
Well, I think their coach must have had a meeting with them that set up that timeout, basically saying, hey guys, we're in a game, step it up, and they listened. They were ahead 35-32. They have gone since that timeout a 16-2 run, and they're getting the ball back with 9.8 seconds with another chance to extend the lead even bigger, Staub.
Yes, this Chazy has really let their guard down. They had a 3-point deficit just about 3 minutes ago, and look, right now we're looking at about a 16-point lead. Just an incredible turnaround.
Oh, I'm surprised that one didn't fall. Well, wow. That is an amazing last 3.5 minutes of the third quarter that I've seen, Staub. Only to be down by 3, and then 3 minutes later you're down by 17. That shows you how explosive Schroon Lake can be.
Yes, they're going to be a tough team to beat this year. I don't know whether their team's going to come close. I've seen some other teams in the league. Willsboro's a very big powerhouse in this league, but I still say that this Schroon Lake team is the better team. I don't know how you're going to beat them. They got the shooters, they got the passing, they got the running ability, defense, boards, they got it all.
Well, from what I've seen, I think Schroon Lake could compete against Saranac or Northeastern from what I've seen. I
would love to see a matchup with this Schroon Lake team against Northeastern. It would be very, very interesting.
Well, they're two similar teams. They're tall teams. They're very well coached. They run the floor well. They have shooters. That would be a fun matchup. I don't know, but do they still have like the playing games of champions at the end of the season before the tournament starts?
Not that I know of.
They used to have the best of the MVAC and then the north and south of the CVAC, and they make a little round robin. But they don't do that anymore?
Not that I know of, Joey.
That would be nice to see, just to see where you match up, within the area. We're starting the fourth quarter. Schroon Lake made an incredible run the last 3 minutes or so with 16-2 run with nice shooting and rebound. These guys are tall. It's tough to match up on the boards with them. Lewis has the ball. He gets Spiegel over on the left wing. Spiegel loses the ball going up, and Schroon Lake has it. Kyle Bush over to Nick LeClaire. Nick LeClaire coming down, driving to the hoop, hits his brother. Back to Kyle Bush, rebound Jordan Bush. He misses, loose ball, and it goes to Chazy. LeClaire's down again. He's been taking a beating down underneath, and that's Dennis LeClaire, Nick LeClaire's brother, number 20.
Again, Joey, though, did you notice on that sequence of plays, no Chazy players on the boards. Schroon Lake is just putting it to them on the boards, getting all the rebounds. Chazy players have got to get on the boards for their offense and defensive moves.
I'm not sure what Corey Lewis tried to do, but Kenny Boyer pushed off on, it looks like Kyle Bush. Looks like he's hurt a little bit, but he recovers. And at this point, I'm not sure if Chazy can overcome a 17-point lead, but they need to play hard to make at least the score respectable at this point, Stubb.
I agree with you, Joey. The game is kind of out of hand at this point with only 7 minutes left. I'd like to see Chazy put in a real strong effort at the end, though, and kind of draw a little bit closer. We'll see what happens. They started out really, really well tonight, and until just actually the last 5 minutes, this game was very, very close. But boy, Schroon Lake really came out firing in the last 5 minutes and just put it out of reach.
Well, here we go. Lewis inside to Miguel Engelhart. Beautiful pass from Lewis to Engelhart. That's cut the Schroon Lake lead to 15 with 6 minutes and 45 seconds. The crowd's getting into it for Chazy. They're trying to inspire these young guys here to make a comeback here. But Schroon Lake is first place in the league. They got the leading scorer in the league in Nick LeClaire. Ball is stolen from Chazy. Lewis has the ball. No look pass to Engelhart. Engelhart over to Kenny Blair. Kenny Blair makes the bucket. Well, Chazy makes the last 4 points. Maybe we cut him off a little too early, Stubb.
Listen, the game's not over till it's over, as they say, and maybe I spoke too soon.
Well, nice pass from LeClaire to Bush. And the foul is called on Engelhart. But there's a mismatch underneath, and sometimes you're going to foul him when you've got a mismatch going on underneath, Stubb.
Yeah, it's very tough, Joey. This Schroon Lake team has got some tall players, and they're so athletic. I mean, they can really get off the floor, and they're tough. They're very tough. For Chazy, to keep this thing close is going to be very tough. I mean, we're looking at right now about a 12-point lead, and they came back with the 4 unanswered points a few seconds ago, but listen, this Schroon Lake team is so talented. They just keep putting it to you all the time.
Well, Jordan Bush makes 2 free throws, and he increases that lead back up to 15. Corey Lewis drives the lane, and the lead's down to 13. Chazy seems to have picked it up here the last minute or so, Stubb.
Yeah, they're going to have to get some scoring going, though. I don't know if you've noticed, but in the second half, Jacob Spiegel hasn't put too much up. Corey Lewis has taken over for him. They got to get them both going at the same time in order to keep this thing, going and get themselves back in this ball game.
I mean, Kyle Bush just did another 3-pointer. Now that was a very athletic play from Corey Lewis to cut the lead to 14. But if you're scoring 2 and they're making 3-pointers, you're never going to catch up.
No, it's very, very tough. Boy, this Schroon Lake team. Look at this. Oh, he finally missed one. But they definitely have the touch.
Well, it's Chazy ball. They're checking to see. He's doing fine. That was Kyle Bush showing a lot of effort there, diving for the ball. They're doing the little things to win ball games.
Light him up.
It's 56-42. Corey Lewis bringing the ball down. Movement by Spiegel. Lewis taking the 3. And he's fouled on the 3-pointer. He makes it. And stop. He can cut the lead to 10 with 5 minutes left.
This game is not over yet, Joey. I don't know. We were kind of counting them out a few minutes ago, but hey, this game is a long ways from over. 5 minutes is a long time in basketball.
Well, Staub, this should be one of the times I wouldn't mind the Chazy players to come after the game and say, I told you so. So we'll see if it happens with 5 minutes and 14 seconds. And Lewis makes it a 10-point game. Schroon Lake coach doesn't like what he sees, but he's not calling timeout. You got Nick LeClaire. The Chazy fans are getting into it. They're yelling for defense. Almost threw the ball away, but LeClaire skied up, got the ball. Egan's at the top of the key. He's looking for LeClaire. LeClaire, ball stolen. Spiegel has the ball. And the action is going back-to-back, end-to-end stop. It has really picked up.
Oh, nice dribble down by Jacob Spiegel, and he got the foul from number 11, Nick LeClaire, who's the big scorer for this ball game. I'm not sure. Are we in a bonus yet?
No bonus yet. Chazy ball on the side. But they could cut the lead to under double digits, which is really amazing compared to the way they were playing like the last 3 or 4 minutes prior to this.
This could be a very, very exciting finish, Joey. We're going to have to see how it plays out, but again, Chazy's got to get on the boards.
Well, I'm impressed with Corey Lewis' second half. He hasn't got any fouls the second half after getting 3 in the first half, and he's picked up his scoring.
Done very, very well this half. Really lit up the boards. Has a couple 3-pointers. Oh, there's a travel. There we go.
Schroon Lake coach doesn't like what he sees. He does call a timeout. But stop, I'd be a little worried if I Chazy. Last time we called a timeout, they went on a 16-2 run.
That's right, Joey. We'll have to see how they come out after this timeout. Got to play some good D. Only 10 points, 4 minutes and 23 seconds left in this game. anything can happen. That's a long time in basketball.
Back from the timeout. Chazy crowd's getting into it. They're having a great time. Chazy's got the ball with a chance to cut it under double digits, which we never thought would have happened 3 minutes ago. Spiegel's at the top of the key. Lewis is left. Kenny Boyer sets the pick. We got Goodwin on the right-hand side. Spiegel has the ball, looking underneath, looking for Lewis. He gets him, guarded closely by LeClaire. Lewis driving to the basket. Oh, the ball doesn't drop. Lewis has it again underneath. Called for a travel. Lewis tried to hit Goodwin down on the outside. Called for a foul. Wisely keeps his mouth shut. He heads back. It's Schroon Lake with a 10-point lead under 4 minutes to go, and Nick LeClaire with the ball stop.
Yes, it's only a 10-point lead, but time is dwindling, so Chazy's got to make sure that when they get possession, they take advantage of their opportunities. They got to make their shot, hopefully get some three. Here comes one.
Oh, beautiful play from Corey Lewis out to Jacob Spiegel. They've cut the lead to 8 with 3:37. Could we be witnessing one of the biggest comebacks in basketball in Chazy history here, Staub?
Well, I don't know if it's the biggest comeback, but I'll tell you what, it's impressive. But again, they got to play some defense. The game's a long ways from over. Back to a 10-point lead. Not much time left.
Well, Jordan Bush made it back to a 10-point lead, but like we said a few minutes ago, Staub, let's see if Chazy can show some intensity and at least make this game close, and they've definitely made it exciting.
Absolutely. If you watch this game instead of just the scoreboard, it looked like it's a lot closer game than what the scoreboard actually says, but a very talented Schroon Lake team. You can't take it away from them. They've just come here, even they're probably not playing their best game tonight, but just such a talented team, the way they move the ball, the way they pass the ball, and they have so much confidence.
Well, the big difference in the game is in the third quarter when they came out of that timeout and they did a 16-2 run. That's the difference in the game. Rebound goes to Chazy. Oh, Lewis tried to get it over to Spiegel, knocked out from Schroon Lake. 3 minutes and 11 seconds to go. It's a 10-point Schroon Lake lead with Corey Lewis taking the ball out for Chazy. Lewis hits Spiegel. Spiegel on the wing, passes it out to Kenny Boyer. Kenny Boyer's looking inside. Corey Lewis driving to the basket, looking for the foul. He gets called for it. Dennis LeClaire says no. Referee Andy Morelli says yes, and Corey Lewis is going to the line for 2 to cut the lead down to 8 with 3 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Well, Staub, whichever way this game goes, the fans have definitely got their money's worth.
Yes, it did, Joey, and I'll tell you, if Chazy can just even keep the ball game under 10 points, as far as, hopefully they'll win. There's still some time left to do this. Only a 9-point lead at this time. I'll tell you, this is a very tough Schroon Lake team, and I think Mr. Devins would be very happy if obviously they want to win, but if they don't win, if they can lose by 5 or 6 points, I think he'll be quite happy.
Well, after what Schroon Lake did to him down in Schroon Lake, my God, that's Kyle Bush. That guy has one pretty shot, and his brother Jordan Bush has a pretty outside shot too.
Yes, they're both very talented boys. Very nice touches, been hitting three-pointers. That's got to be his third or fourth tonight.
Well, as I was saying earlier, after what they did to Chazy down in Schroon Lake, I think they're probably a little surprised that it's been as such an intense game as it has been in Chazy.
Yeah, that was a crazy foul by Andy Goodwin. I don't think they needed that at this point in the ball game. Trying to get somewhat close in this game, and just a crazy foul, not thinking, but it's just going to cost Chazy some points.
Well, you got Dennis LeClaire going to the line. He's number 20 for Schroon Lake, looking to increase the 12-point lead. There's 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go, and he makes the first shot. Second shot coming up. It's 13-point Schroon Lake lead. It's been a very exciting game, end-to-end action all night, Staub, and Chazy has nothing to be ashamed of.
Absolutely not, Joey. These fans have definitely got their money's worth tonight. Exciting crowd. They knew it was going to be a big game. They knew that Chazy was definitely going to have to come in and play their A game. They played very well tonight. It wasn't the best I've ever seen them play, but hey, they played a respectable game, much better than what they did down in Schroon Lake, so I think they got to be happy at this point.
No doubt about it, and it was only like about a 3-minute span where they let their guard down on that 16-2 run after the timeout. Other than that, it's been a pretty evenly matched game.
That's right, Joey. You know, the playoffs are going to be coming up pretty soon, and you know, maybe these teams will meet again. And 3 times is very tough. I don't know. I remember the days when we played teams 3 times and beat them twice, and the 3rd time it just is that much tougher. Every game gets tougher and tougher because you get to know the players better and better. You know how they move. You know how they're thinking, and hey, maybe they'll meet them again.
Well, you got that factor, plus you also have the factor of Murphy's Law. Murphy's Law says at some point you're going to beat somebody if you play enough times. So hopefully Chazy will get him again in the playoffs. Ball goes out of bounds. It is called Chazy's ball. 2 minutes and 11 seconds to go. The referee does not, or not the ref, the Schroon Lake coach does not want them to play a full court pressure. He doesn't want to get in the fouling situation. Corey Lewis with the ball, top of the key. He's looking to drive. And he's called for a foul from Nick LeClaire. Nick LeClaire thinks it was an offensive foul, but Corey Lewis will be going to the line for 2. 63-49. We're looking at a 14-point Schroon Lake lead. Corey Lewis trying to cut the lead down to 12. He's cut it to 13. Corey Ellis in for Andy Goodwin. I think Ellis is in for his 3-point shooting ability stop.
Absolutely. We need some 3-point shots and in a hurry. And Corey Lewis can turn it on in a hurry. Corey Ellis, he is a very good 3-point shooter, has been all year, and if he gets hot, he can get this game close. But the time is dwindling. They're going to have to do something very quick, play some good defense, and hit those threes.
Well, the clock is definitely on Schroon Lake's side, but really, with the 3-point shot, it's only a 4-possession game for Chazy, which is plenty of time. Schroon Lake's called for the turnover. Chazy's taking it out with Spiegel coming up the court. Spiegel's calling the play. You got Ellis beyond the arc on the left-hand side. You got Lewis beyond the arc on the right side. And Jacob Spiegel drives the lane in a matter of seconds. He's cut the lead down to 10. Again, a very exciting game stop with 1:32 to go.
Definitely at this point, Chazy's got to play some tough defense. And as soon as Schroon Lake puts up the ball, they got to hit the boards.
Well, I can tell you right now, Schroon Lake, I would think, is looking to play the shot clock. Push on Corey Lewis on Nick LeClaire. That's number 4. I would think Coach Devins needs to keep him in with 1:21. I mean, what do you have to lose?
Oh, absolutely. He's only got 1 more foul left. You might as well keep him in at this point. You need his speed. You need his ability. He can shoot from 3-point land, so you gotta play him.
You know, hopefully if he does foul out, and you hope he doesn't, hopefully he can give you 1 or 2 3-pointers before that happens. But Nick LeClaire, like you'd almost guarantee, made the free throw, and it's 64-54, back to a 10-point game. And it's an 11-point game. 1:21 to go. It's a 4-possession game for Chazy. Time is against them right now. They need to move the ball quickly, and they need to get the shots off. Spiegel has it. Spiegel's going in for 2. Chazy seemed to content to take the 2-pointer down by 11. Nick LeClaire's got the ball. We're almost down to a minute. And Jordan Bush goes in strong to the hoop. 13-point lead. This is definitely Schroon Lake's game, but it's been a fun game to watch. And Corey Lewis drives, gets his rebound, goes back up. Miguel, boy, good hustle. Lewis wanted the foul, didn't get it. Here goes Bush again. Over to his brother. And boy, they move the ball well, Staub.
I'll tell you, Joey, these Bush boys are tall boys. They know how to move the basketball. They've played with each other as far as basketball goes for a long time, and you can tell. They really know where they're going to be at every time going down the court, and they make it happen.
Well, as we were talking, Jacob Spiegel hit a 3-pointer. It's a 12-point lead. Chazy was looking for over and back. They didn't get it. And Spiegel fouls Nick LeClaire. 14.4 seconds. Chazy would make some runs, get close, but just couldn't overtake them. Been an exciting game. Schroon Lake has a 12-point lead, and it looks like they'll go on to win this game. We have 14.4 seconds to go, and Nick LeClaire going to the line for 2 with a 12-point lead, looking to increase the lead. He makes the first shot, and it's 70-57. Schroon Lake will maintain first place in the MVAC with a very hard-earned but very well-played game from Schroon Lake tonight. And big rebound from Jordan Bush. He just skied in there. It's a 15-point lead. Chazy played as well as I think they can play against this team, but they're down by 15.
Yes, Joey. Jacob the Spiegel just tried a nice three-pointer. I mean, at this point in the ball game, try to get it a little bit closer, but it was a great game. I think everybody got their money's worth tonight. Schroon Lake played a very, very, very good game. Talented team. Chazy really has nothing to bow their heads for. They played a great game tonight. The better team won. There's no question about it. Hopefully they'll see each other again in the playoffs.
Yeah, it was a fun game, Staub. It's always fun calling the game with you. Again, Joey Trombley and Staub Spiegel calling the game tonight. On the camera was Sam Castine, brother of Calvin Castine. They're the founding fathers of Hometown Cable. We had a great showing tonight. The players are shaking the hands, and maybe they'll meet again in the playoffs. And that's the way it was on February 8th on this beautiful Wednesday evening in downtown Chazy, New York. And we'll see you at the next game, and thank you very much.